Hey y'all, let's talk about how to start your luxury handbag journey. Hey y'all, I'm nikkiolukoya. If you are new here, welcome. I talk about all things luxury here, especially handbags. But in today's video, I want to talk about how to start your luxury handbag journey and how my journey was when I first started. And if you've been here before, hey sis, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about how to start your luxury handbag journey. And I am filming today in natural daylight, no ring lights, no lights on. Hopefully it looks okay. But if my lighting does change, so we're in the middle, it's because I put my lights on. Okay, so I always see so much content out there about if you're a collector, the 5 bags that you need to have, if you're trying to get into luxury handbags, the handbags that you need to be looking into, the ones that you need to be buying. And that's not what I'm going to be doing at all. This video is kind of inspired by my fellow YouTuber, Wild Unfiltered. She did a video similar to this, and I felt really inspired to share my journey and what I think are the best tips in starting a luxury handbag journey. I started getting into luxury when I was very young, like high school young, because my mom had luxury handbags and I like luxury handbags, but I was liking like Coach and Dooney and Burke. That was my entry into buying expensive handbags. And the older I got, the more I wanted to kind of get the handbags that my mom was buying. And honestly, anyone who's watched Sex in the City, you already know the kind of bags they were talking about. And I wanted to kind of get in what I was seeing. I was definitely influenced by Sex in the City in a lot of my early handbag purchases. Okay, getting into it. My very first luxury handbag came when I was in college. Now, I know in high school I was buying Dooney, Burke, and Coach, but of course, luxury for me started when I bought my first Louis Vuitton bag. And I bought it in college, and I was scraping all my little dollars and pennies together, even asked for money from my parents. I even had a small little job in college because there was a bag that I really wanted. I saw a girl on campus. She had it. I said, "Oh, I like that bag." And it was pink. You know, I'm a pink girl. And it's this bag right here that we're talking about. And I said, "Oh, I really want that bag." And in college, there was no local Louis Vuitton. And I'm not sure whether if at the time, if you can even buy online. I can't remember. But at the time, I remember I was a heavy shopper on eBay. I bought so many things on eBay when I was in college. My first iPhone came from eBay. But anyways, I found the handbag and it was on eBay and it was quite expensive, but I was ready. I was ready to spend whatever I had saved up to get it. And I was so happy and I was so excited. And this is the handbag here. She's so pretty. I bought this handbag in college. I saved every nickel and scrap what I could and to get this handbag. I probably didn't even eat from school lunch or whatever that time when I bought it. But when I got it, I was so happy. I bought it from eBay. And when it came in, oh my God, the way my heart just, you know that feeling when you get your handbag? It was like that. And I got this bag, and it is in gold hardware, vachetta leather, denim. And this is the first release, not the one that came out recently. This is the one that came out many years ago. And it's still in really good condition. I really feel like Louis Vuitton way back when had really good quality. And I only say that now because some of my current Louis Vuitton bags that I bought in Paris already has like tarnishing and stuff on the hardware and on my belt. And I hardly have any tarnishing on my hardware. I do have some stains on my leather. There's a pen mark on here. Of course, there's patina on the handles and all that. I even have some water markings back here. Not quite sure if you can see it. I don't have any ring lights on, so I want everything to kind of show. And yeah, I have water markings here. But when I got this bag, I was so excited. I was so happy, you guys. Like, I felt like, oh my God, I got a Louis Vuitton bag. I got one. I got one. It was one of those. And I was so young and I wore this bag so much. You can even see where it's kind of starting to fade a little bit. I got a stain under there. I wore this bag up, and I don't know whether Louis Vuitton does spa or repair like some of the other brands do, but this handbag, I would definitely like to spy it or whatever I can do. I like the patina on the vachetta leather, so I'm not gonna do anything about that. I like that. But yeah, other than that, this bag is still a dream. The gold is still gold. I have an Amazon bag charm. On the inside is also denim on the inside. Only one pocket here. Nothing. I have stuff in here to keep the shape, and of course, it has the zipper out in the front and these two pockets. I think in here I kept like lipstick and stuff. I didn't really keep a lot of stuff in here, but I did wear this quite a bit at the beginning of this year or so. Can't remember. But anyways, this handbag is definitely a dream, and I got it from eBay. So we'll keep going. Let's go. Okay, so now my next luxury handbag purchase is now when I'm a little bit older. I'm now done with dental school. I am working, and this time we are going into boutique. Now, this is where the whole experience and where my tips come in, right? So when I went into boutique, I was kind of worried. I was kind of scared. And I went with one of my friends and my husband. We went into the store and we went into Fendi. And I wanted to look into Fendi, not because it was a bag that I've been eyeing, but because, I'm watching a lot of Sex in the City now, and I'm seeing them always talk about Fendi, 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 Fendi baguettes, and all those things. And so I wanted to get in and see what's actually in the Fendi store that speaks to me. So when I go there, I'm there with my husband and my friend, and we're just shopping around. And the experience there wasn't so awful or wasn't really so good either. I guess it was just like a regular experience because the essay that met us up there didn't hover us. We were, of course, greeted when we first walked in, but no hovering. So we go into the store and we're just looking around. And at the time, the Fendi boutique here in Houston Gallery was pretty small. So you can really stand probably like in one place and kind of see what all was in the store. And I saw a bag that said, ooh, I like this bag. I can take it to work and everything like that. Let's look into it. And the bag that we saw was my Fendi shopper tote. Zucca print. Now, of course, I never saw this on Sex in the City, but the reason why this bag worked for me was because it was a shopper's bag, so it was longer than it is wider. I can take it to work. I took it for travel. I would pack things in here. This bag was my best friend for like, I want to say the first year or so that I had it. And back in the time, I used to only really buy one bag a year. So I would have that one bag and I would just wear that bag out. But the thing about these bags that I'm noticing is that there's not that much wear on them. Comment down below if you experienced the quality from almost 10 years ago to the quality now, because I wore this bag quite a bit and I don't really have any wear on the handbag. There's also no hardware on it, so it's very low key. And I like that about the handbag too. You can see the stitching in the front. Nothing ever wrong with the stitching. The inside is really plain. And that was it. It was, and I want to say this bag was like $700. And imagine, can you really get a Fendi Zucca print for that much now? I totally doubt it. So shopping back then was definitely easier. But this was my second purchase, and I did get it from boutique. Okay, so this is where it comes from when now I'm starting to feel a little bit anxious and worried about going into this next purchase. And it's because this handbag was pretty expensive. Now, let me tell you how I even got into it. So I was now at my job and one of my coworkers brought this bag in that she wore. And I thought, oh, wow, that's a very stunning bag. I'm thinking, what bag is this? She had this bag. I said, oh, wow. And I asked her, I go, what kind of bag is that? She goes, oh, it's my Prada bag. My boyfriend bought it for me. I'm like, oh, okay. It's beautiful. She had this beautiful black tote bag, gold hardware, and literally it never left my brain. It was living rent-free in my head. After she told me what it was, I immediately go online. Now I'm looking online at handbags, right? I'm looking online and that's where I see the price. And it was like major sticker shock. I remember when I first saw the price because it was over $2,000. I remember that. I said, ooh, am I making the right decision spending this much money on a handbag? I said, I don't know. So I definitely sat on that bag for at least a month or two, but I would always occasionally, if not often, go on the Prada website and keep looking at that bag. I looked at other handbags that were there and I saw other colors of this handbag, but honestly, this one was the one that I wanted, and it's this bag right here. It was the one that I wanted. I didn't want to waver. Nothing else took my attention. And I'm thinking, okay, I think I am ready to buy the handbag. I was kind of looking at the white version of this, I remember at the time, but it just didn't steal my heart away the way the black one did. So now I'm thinking, okay, it's time for us to going to get it. And when I went in to get it, I was now at my next job. So I wasn't seeing my coworker anymore. So obviously that influence of seeing her bag was gone. Now I'm at my new job and I'm still really wanting this handbag. So I go back into boutique. And I'm going now with my husband. And maybe that's the first tip. If you are intimidated in buying from these luxury brands, maybe go with a friend or a spouse or someone to kind of help to shake off some of those jitters if you want to, right? And so I went this time to boutique with just my husband. The first time was my husband and my friend. Now this time it's my husband. But I think part of the anxiety, part of what my worry was just really the price of what I was going to spend. I never spent that much ever on a bag. And I was kind of thinking like, am I making the best decision? Like, what's going on? I have a baby, I'm trying to buy a house. Like, what am I doing? But this handbag lived rent free in my head. And mind you, I did look at other bags. There were other bags that were cheaper, but I was dedicated and committed to this bag. So I went into the store determined. I think my next tip is going into the store with confidence. And for me, that comes from knowing that I am financially ready to purchase a handbag. So I went in there financially equipped to purchase this bag. I saw the price online. I already put how much it'll be with tax, and I went in there knowing what I was going to spend. I was committed. I was not going to waver. I knew the exact bag that I wanted. This Galleria double zip tote in black with gold hardware, size medium. I'm telling you, I have no regrets on this bag. When I went to boutique with my husband, we went in there knowing that once you get a handbag, that was this one, but we weren't quite sure on the size. At the time, I wanted to have a work bag, a day bag, and an evening bag. But my work bag, I always carried some type of computer. At the time, it was my mini MacBook Air. It's what I had, the smaller one. And so when I went into the store, the SA greeted us, nothing super special. We weren't served wine. We were just kind of just out on the floor. And the bag was on display. And I asked her, I said, hey, I want to see this bag, but I'm not quite sure the size, but I want my MacBook Air to be able to fit in there. And I showed it to her because I was carrying my Fendi bag. I was carrying my Fendi bag, so I was able to bring it out and show it to her. And she said, okay, well, we're looking at either a medium or a large. I said, great, because we saw the small and my computer did not fit in the small. I did try it while I'm in the store. I wasn't going to walk out and not try it in there. We did, and my medium MacBook Air fit in the medium, and the large would have been just too big. So that's how we ended up picking the medium. Almost 10 years ago, I picked up this handbag. I have no regrets. Black and gold to me is a very classic combination. You can never go wrong with that. And I just think that that's why I'm still in love with this bag today. I do have some wear. The wear is mainly on the inside where I have the straps attached. If I can try and show you, I've already tried to show you in a different video, but where I have my straps attached is where I am having most of my wear. I do have this area where some of the glue is coming off, very, very small, and I have minor tarnishing on the hardware. Other than that, this bag is in great condition. This Saffiano leather is very strong. I don't know what coating is on here. It can withstand earth, wind, and fire, y'all, because I've had this for a minute and nothing has happened to the outside of the bag. I'm only going to take it in for a spot or repair because of the tarnishing of the hardware and the tearing from the inside of the bag. Great, great buy. And I went in there knowing I was going to get this one. And this is my fourth purchase that I got from In Boutique again. Now, this experience is different because now I went to the store by myself and I roamed. I honestly just kind of wandered off into product because I was initially at the Neiman Marcus store making a purchase. I knew I was going to buy something pretty small from there and I had time to spare. So I kind of wandered off into the product store and I'm by myself. I don't have any of my husband. I have no friend. I have no armor. I'm only armored with I am financially to make a purchase if I choose to. And I think that's really my main tip with shopping these luxury brands is knowing that you are financially equipped to make these purchases. So I went into the store. And now, mind you, I was already there because I bought the black bag maybe only like a few months before getting this one. It's all in the same year. And, back then, I guess there was no exchanging phone numbers with your SA. At least I didn't because we didn't have like the friendliest of SAs. And I wasn't on any kind of email list or anything like that when I walked into the store because when I walked in, to my surprise, they were running a sale. I mean, like a major sale. But I did not know anything about that. In fact, I wasn't even aware that these luxury brands even ran sales. So this bag was on sale for almost 80% off. And I was like mind blown. And I looked around the store, it was behind the counter. And I asked the SA at the time, and it was a whole nother SA. I didn't have the same one. And I said, hey, can I see that bag is behind you? She goes, oh yeah, sure thing. I said, so how much is this bag? Because I see the little 80% off next to it, but I don't know the price. And when she told me it was some number under $1,000, I said, here, take my money here. Because I love the bag. Already I knew I liked Saffiano leather. This was now shiny Saffiano leather. I love gold hardware. I like this shape. I wasn't going to get a bigger bag because I already had the bigger bag. And this shape is very similar to the Louis Vuitton Alma bag. I don't know what product cost is. I'll probably put it down in the description box below. But buying this bag, I was so happy that it was the cost that it wasn't very expensive. It was under $1,000. Now, I find that price with this handbag pre-loved. So the fact that I bought that price in boutique, I don't even know whether that's unheard of now. I just feel like you're just not. Product has gotten so expensive these days. This handbag now in boutique is like $4,500. And it was definitely a little bit over $2,000 when I first bought it. That's wild to me. But yeah, so I got this handbag. It was definitely on sale and I had no regrets. I said, wrap it up and let's go. Talk about confidence. So I guess the tips that I want to give for my main takeaway with shopping the luxury market is this. Number one, just going there financially ready to buy. If you know that you're not financially ready to buy anything, I think it does add some jitters or some sticker shock or some anxiety because you're not sure whether if you can actually afford the handbag. And number two, the essays are honestly there to help you. And you can always let them know, hey, when I'm ready, I'll let you know. Because to me, when you're financially ready to buy something, it kind of gives you the confidence to be able to going there ready to look around and not be hovered on, because what you don't want to feel is the pressure to buy something. I have felt pressure to buy whenever my essay is hovering me. And so I've learned to tell my essay, okay, I'll let you know when I'm ready. And I just keep looking. And then I will even just walk out the store without telling them boo or buy when I know that I haven't found anything. And I only call the essay over if there is a handbag or whatever it is that I'm looking at, that I'm now ready to look at something that I'm interested in purchasing. And if I don't see anything that I want to buy, I definitely don't ask the essay. If I've come there to kind of assess something in real life, I'll ask for it. And then I'll probably get that essay's number to text for it later on. But other than that, I don't want the essay to be all over me because I don't like to shop like that in general. And three, there's no luxury store to start or to stop or anything like that, or which luxury brand. I don't think so. I think you need to look into your wardrobe, look into your closet, see what you already like, see what's missing, see what you can add to it. And then from there, you'll just shop the brands and see which one speaks to you the most. I don't think that, oh, if you're a collector, you have to buy the Chanel 22. You need to get the Chanel 25. You need to have a Speedy 20. I don't think so. You need to get and shop what's good for you, what works in your lifestyle, what's going to function for you, what's best for you. If you see a design or a handbag that you like, go and get that one. I wouldn't say start with Louis Vuitton, start with Chanel. No, start with the luxury house that's products or its history speaks to you the most. And then you'll see, because I've learned in my journey of buying handbags, though I have Prada, I have Fendi, I've learned that I love Hermes. I love Hermes. And number two, I love Gucci. I just like a lot of their products, whether it's their hair accessories, their shoes, their bags, their belts. I just like a lot of what Gucci does. I'm always drawn to the store. And that's how your luxury shopping should be, whether it's your handbag or your shoes. Is whatever speaks to your personal style the most. If you find that you're a Chanel girly, then sis, go shop at Chanel. There's no, like to me, that's how it needs to be when you're breaking into shopping the luxury handbag, shopping the luxury markets as a whole. It's whatever the brand speaks to you. So those are my main tips to take away. Financial security gives you confidence. Let your essay know that you're going to call them over when you're ready, because who wants to shop with someone hovering over you? And see which luxury house speaks to you the most, to your personal style, and to whether if their history or their heritage means something to you too, even better. I think that's the way to go, because this is our hard-earned working money, and I don't want anyone to make me feel intimidated or not worthy, or feel like I have to spend it, or someone's being rude to me. It takes one time for me to go into a store and get a rude or a bad experience. I would not give you my money. That's not even with luxury fashion houses. That's just with anywhere. If I go to a restaurant and you're mistreating me, I'm not going to spend my money there. That's with anywhere. So I don't think that luxury is its own subset. I think that belongs across the board anywhere. If I shop into any store, restaurant, jewelry store, if you mistreat me, my money, my hard-earned dollars will not be going to you. That's it. So I think that's the best advice that I can give with starting your luxury handbag journey. And I know for me, I'm still on mine. I don't know when it's ever going to end, because I love handbags. There's still so many bags that I want to get. But I think that that's just the place to start. And if this content speaks to you, please hit the like button. It does so much for my channel. And listen, if you watched 2, 3, 4, 5 of my videos, you're not claiming me yet, sis. Why are you not claiming me? Claim me. Hit the subscribe button. I love to have you join me. And anyway, once again, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you back in my next one. Bye.